Well, I am delighted this morning to introduce you to Miles Everett, who is coordinator of the Bristol Hospital Diabetes Center, one of our fine hospitals here in Connecticut. And I say, Miles, welcome to my program.
Thank you, Brad. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning. You know, it was so ironic that every now and then I will do a health tip, and my audience seems to like it. They respond very well. And I was talking about diabetes yesterday and olive oil and how olive oil can help. And then here you are this morning as my very special guest with a healthy Mediterranean diet, and it calls for a splash of flavorful olive oil. How about that?
There you go. There you go. Olive oil is in the air, huh?
Yeah, olive oil is in the air. You got a great hospital in Bristol, and it's remarkable how you are growing. Now, what about this Mediterranean diet, Miles? Which food does the diet mean include eating more of?
Well, something that everybody has trouble with, and I can even testify that I'm one of the ones who does. None of us are eating enough fruits and vegetables. It's the old story, and we've heard it since the 90s, even the 60s. More fruits and vegetables, more fruits and vegetables. But other plant-based foods like a handful of nuts every day, some kind of seeds, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, and also beans, and whatever your grains are, make those whole grains.
Now, I hear, and this is just from talking with some people, that all of a sudden kale is popular.
Oh, yes.
It looks terrible, yes. But it's popular.
When it becomes chips or it's covered with chocolate, it's popular. It's popular. And kale was something, I did a vegan diet back in the 80s, and I discovered kale for the first time. I never heard of it before. Didn't even know it existed. And it really is one of the super vegetables. It's really, but a lot of people get it and they don't know how to make it. That's the trick. You have to peel it off the stem, and you can steam it, or you can saute it with, and here we go, olive oil and garlic.
Yep.
But it really is very, very good. And it's a great alternate to spinach, or some of the other vegetables. People can broccoli themselves to death, even though broccoli is one of the best things you can do. But kale is a great alternative. It's when they're talking about leafy greens, they're not just talking about lettuce or salad. They're talking about collard greens or mustard greens or turnip greens, and kale is one of the big ones.
When we talk about food today, and we talk about healthy food today, now these vegetables that we are talking about, this will help. I was reading a story, this was, maybe a couple of weeks ago, that with young people, diabetes is in a growth mode. And it's probably because they're not eating enough of the foods that you are telling us about this morning.
They don't even see them. A lot of people have lost cooking. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
We're talking about things that have to be cooked. And, I remember visiting a friend one time, a wealthy friend who hadn't a clue how to cook rice. And there were parts of her oven she'd never turned on. And so kids are growing up with convenience foods where you don't see kale or things like that. And, it's funny that you bring that up because diabetes sort of claimed me. I was working as a dietitian in a hospital in Brooklyn, a pediatric unit, and I would see in 1 week 2 or 3 new onset cases of type 2 diabetes, which was at one time rare in adolescents, but there it was every week, just one after the other, one after the other, and that's something they have for life.
Now, again, this goes right back to what you have been talking about is our diet and what to eat.
And what to eat. And, what I would advise anybody, start with your fruits and vegetables. Start there. Make that your base. Make sure, a while ago we used to say something called 5 Alive. They're making recommendations of even more than 5 fruits and vegetables a day, but I would start there if you're not used to having that much. Do 3 fruits a day and do 2 vegetables a day. And say for your vegetables, do a salad and then do 1 cooked vegetable. And but that cooked vegetable doesn't include corn or peas or potato.
I love, you mentioned one of my favorites. I love broccoli.
Oh, yeah. Didn't we have a president who could only eat broccoli with, what was it, something like cottage cheese?
That's right. But
he got that broccoli in there.
Broccoli in there. Yep.
And that's it. You want to be creative. If you're not crazy about a vegetable, slip it into your salad. So the salad dressing takes care of it. Put it into a stew or a soup.
How about Miles, a couple of bananas a day?
Oh, absolutely. All your fruits. We were talking about a super vegetable with kale. Berries are really a super fruit. So if you can pull in blueberries or blackberries are even higher in fiber, or raspberries or something like that, throw them on your cereal. Some people even throw them in their salad, or just a handful while you're running out the door. That's really beneficial.
Well, again, I'm glad that you were able to spend some time with me this morning. I was talking about, and I do quite often now, I do these health features every now and then, and pick out some of the things that people generally don't know or don't understand. And yesterday with the olive oil and diabetes, and then with me this morning. Now, tell me a little bit about your diabetes center at Bristol Hospital.
Oh, yes. We're an education center. We're also aligned with wonderful endocrinologists. When you get diabetes, there's a lot of things you have to learn, and a large portion of that is diet. How to do your diet so that you keep your blood sugars under control. And that's really what we do with people. We'll meet them initially for an hour, and then hopefully, depending on their insurances, put them into groups where they can be with other people who are struggling with this. Teach them how to test their sugar, teach them how to adjust their diets so that they do better. And everybody loses weight. Just by balancing their diet and making better choices, but also let them know about their medications, how to avoid complications. Really just set them up so they can take the best possible care of themselves.
Well, Miles, I'm again happy that you were able to spend some time with me this morning with my radio audience, and I'm sure you will hear from some of them. Miles Everett, coordinator of the Bristol Hospital Diabetes Center. Thank you, sir.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Brett.
You bet.